Well, hey there, health coaches. We are back with another Coach the Coach session. And today I'm talking with Allison, who is a new coach transitioning from a corporate career where she had a role in leadership. And now, as a health coach, oh my God, you're a beginner.
I am a beginner and it's really hard.
It's really
Yes.
hard. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for being willing to talk about this topic, because I remember being in that place and all of the feelings that came with it and discouragement. And we're going to get into all of that. I'm so glad that you're here. Allison is part of our weekly mentorship group. And so I want to let you all know that we will be opening up enrollment for weekly mentorship later this summer. If you're interested in joining us, you have to get yourself on the wait list now. So you want to go to healthcoachpower.com/mentorship and add your name to the list. We'll let you know when enrollment is open. And once you're there, once you're inside with us, you have the opportunity for one-on-one coaching with me, just like this. So Allison, maybe tell everybody and tell me a little bit more about the position and the role that you had when you were still in corporate.
Sure. So I was a corporate executive in tech, so very fast-paced environment, lots of changing dynamics, and I was a people leader. So I also really made sure that in addition to kind of leading the organization, I was really taking care of my team and all of the different things job-wise, but also just all the things that are happening in the world, COVID, pandemic, all of this stuff. And so my role and so many people who I worked with who were leaders were like just feeling so burnt out, so stretched in every capacity, overworking, exhausted, all the things. And we started to see a lot of people leave the workforce. And so for me, I really wanted to help do something about that. And I also wanted to do something that was very fulfilling for my soul. So I finally, after many, many years of contemplating this, took the step out of corporate and pursued my certificate as a health coach. And I really want to help that population of leaders. So I focus on corporate women leaders. And I really want to help them shift out of that exhaustion, overwork, burnout pace and step more into sustainable, powerful leadership.
Okay, so we know the need is there for sure. With this group, we know the money is there. I mean, the individuals are making a decent income. The corporations have budgets for things like this. From my end, it feels like all systems go. You're in a very good place. So how long were you working in tech, and how long have you been health coaching now?
4 years in that role. Yeah, 4 years in that, 4.5 years in that
in your
role.
leadership role.
In the leadership role. And then I just graduated from IAN the very end of March. So a couple of months, few months. Yeah.
And you must have been in tech for a long time before you even reached this leadership role.
Yeah, well, I was in different kind of like HRE type of roles in different healthcare, biotech. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So years and years of experience under your belt. I mean, I remember this well. I was working in advertising, and I had been in graphic design and advertising and all sorts of different creative departments for many, many, many years. And then you wake up one day and you're like, I'm not like, I remember having to think, when someone asks, what do you do? I'm not going to say art director anymore. I'm not an art director anymore. I'm going to say health coach. Does that feel weird coming out of your mouth?
It feels so weird. And when leaders reach out to me and they're like, what are you doing now? And I'm like, oh, I'm a leadership wellness coach. And they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, oh, this feels weird.
And it will feel easier, and it will come out of your mouth with a different energy as you step into the role. But I know that feeling in the beginning.
There's like the question mark at the end.
Yeah, there's that, that rising inflection where you're not really sure if that's who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and we could talk all about that. I mean, just this identity shift that comes with any career change. Or it also reminds me of when people retire from their long-term careers, and it's suddenly just like, who am I? What do I wear? Have you had that struggle?
Completely. Yes. Yeah. Well, and then you throw in like the pandemic with like all my totally different outfits. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing today.
I don't know who I am. I don't know what when do I eat? What do I do?
Yes, exactly.
I remember it well. So, so many people in the industry. Are they not clamoring for your help with this problem inside their organizations?
They were. They were. I mean, so many people who I spoke with as I was on my journey were like, oh my gosh, this is so important, so needed. I could use this. My team is burnt out. My colleagues are burnt out. Like everyone was saying, this is so important. And then when I actually talked to them, and I've been there, I get it. It's like you have these great intentions. You're like, I need to take better care of myself. And then at the same time, you're like, I have 5 presentations due, 2 hot messes on my team. There's like so much going on. And you're like, I'm not going to take time out to do health coaching. So there just hasn't been the actual like follow-up engagement that I was hoping or expecting, I guess.
Yes, I think this happens a lot. I mean, for all the health coaches listening right now, have you guys had people express great interest when you were going to school? You were still in school. Maybe you're first starting out and you're just telling them what you're planning and they're like your biggest cheerleaders and you think, I've got this in the bag. And then when it actually comes time for them to make a move, do something, work with you, help you out, they're like, poof, out of here. How do you read that? Like, what do you, if you climb into their minds a little bit, if you just kind of like try to understand what might be going on, why do you think that might be happening?
I mean, I completely get it. I think when you are so overwhelmed and you can't even take time to eat lunch or go to the bathroom, it's really hard to consider adding one more thing on your plate, even if it's the thing that is going to actually help you achieve a more balanced life. And so I think when I talk to people, there's this thought of, oh yeah, that's something I need to do later. So I think there's that intention, but when it comes to just the very practical where they are in their lives right now, there's like, there's no way I could do that right now.
And do you think they are viewing you with the same level of respect as they did when you were their peer? Are they seeing you as someone who is like, yes, I should invest here. She can help me. She is an expert. Or are they looking at you like a beginner? What do you think?
I don't know. Right now, I feel like they're looking at me like a beginner. So I don't know, but I do feel like there's a little bit of the, oh, she's doing this thing now. Isn't that nice?
Isn't that cute?
And I don't know if that's actually how they're feeling, but it's my confidence that makes me feel like that's how they're perceiving me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and now I'm kind of going to ask myself this question while I also ask it to you. Have you ever known someone who left corporate and went off and did a different thing? Because I'm trying to remember, like,
yeah, I'm trying to, let me think
did I have any sort of judgment on that? I mean, Lord knows women leave all the time to go on maternity leave.
Yeah.
And that never seems to go over very well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I think I have all of that kind of baggage around perception of, oh, isn't that so nice that you're able to do this kind of thing? But I don't know if that's actually how people feel or if I'm just bringing that to it. But yes, I will say I remember somebody who left corporate. They went off and like did this really cool thing. And I super admired them and was like, you're inspiring me to take the step out.
Sometimes I think the hardest people to get on your side, to really believe in you, and what I mean by that is hand you money, are the people who know you the best.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share a quick story, and I think you'll resonate with this, but just so you know, you're not alone. I worked in the biggest ad agency in New England when I left and became a health coach. And so everyone was cheering me on. I was literally cast in a documentary about people who left advertising to go do something else. I mean, I had fans, people I didn't even know. People were definitely my biggest cheerleaders. And when the time came for me to start booking workshops, I reached out to HR and pitched a workshop. And I know they do these. I sat in the cafeteria and did lunch and learns all the time. So I know they do them. And for some big names, and there's budgets and all this stuff. And they ignored me. And so I reached back out and eventually I got like oh, sure. Okay. We'll set something up. Oh, but our budget's all run out for the year. Could we do this instead? Okay, fine, whatever. And I got myself all ready for this presentation. I was going to be that person up in front of the crowd.
Yes.
And I got there and they had me in this teeny tiny little conference room.
Yeah.
They had barely told anybody about it.
Yeah.
There were like 4 people there and one was an intern. And I was so mortified.
Yeah.
Like eyes brimming with tears. It was horrible. Yeah. Cut to just like a month later, I got connected with a company that I had no connection to otherwise. It was just somebody I knew said, oh, my company does stuff like this. All right, put us in touch. I had no personal connection to them. They had me in, they paid me well. I signed 2 clients out of the event. I was in front of like a whole big department, and it went swimmingly because they were strangers.
Yes. That's where my brain has started to go. It's like, you know what, maybe I just need to go somewhere where no one knows me and I can just start fresh.
And you can just, so do you have this is that sweet spot. It helps to have a connection. It helps to not have too much of a connection.
Right.
Do you know anybody
who
can link you up to new places?
You know, probably yes. So a lot of the people who I have worked with, so who do know me in this other capacity, but they have now moved on to new companies. So they would have these new networks of people who don't know me at all, don't know me in that former capacity. And that could be a bridge.
So maybe you could say, instead of saying, hi, do you want to hire me to be your health coach? Or hi, do you want to like have me in and do this? Just say, hey, could you connect me to the HR person? You don't even have to say why.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. And another thing I was trying to do was approach leaders of leaders. So let's say, Michelle, you're the leader of a leadership team. You have no interest in working with me whatsoever, but maybe some people on your team might, and they're feeling super burnt out. And that would actually help you as a leader because your people would be engaged, healthy, strong, whatever. So that's another thing I've been trying, but that's also been a little tricky.
Well, what you're getting at, I think, is a really important note for this type of person, this type of woman, the go-getter, the achiever. She can do it all. By her admitting that she could use your help, that might feel like a personal failing.
Yeah.
She does not like that, but she would be very willing to tell you about 3 or 4 people who could use your help.
Completely. Yeah. I have actually noticed that. Yes, that's a really good point. Yeah.
So maybe the question is not, can you use this sort of help? It's, do you know anyone?
Yeah. That's a really good point. Yes. Yeah.
Because they're out there. There are women who are literally taking leaves of absence, women who are maybe they're out of work because of a family issue or because of an injury or because of, sometimes I've talked to so many women who are out of work because of stress related illnesses and injuries.
Yeah.
They can connect you to those people.
Yeah. That's a really good point. Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of times too, while we think we want to not have this overstressed lifestyle, it is what we perceive as a thing that's brought us success. So that can also be scary to be like, well, I'm going to try to do something different. And then that's like, and I don't want to be in that position where I'm like convincing them. I want them to already be a little farther along that timeline where they've already made that decision of, I need to create more balance in my life.
Right. Now, let me ask you this. Some women who are still in the workforce, they're still doing the thing every day. They're fine, or at least they think they're fine. They're not fine. They're not sleeping. They're eating everything that's terrible. Like they're having the hardest time, but they think they're fine.
Yes.
Where could you go outside of the corporate setting where you would find the women that are not fine?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't even know.
For example, the woman who has like hit that burnout point, right? Is she going for a massage once a week? Because that's all she can think to do, right? Or she's getting acupuncture.
Right. That's a really good point. Yeah. Like spas. Yeah. Someone who's getting acupuncture, a wine bar. I don't know. I feel like, they may be out there. Yeah.
Yeah. No joke. So I would look for places like that are like literally located near like big corporate centers, because I remember like I worked in the Prudential building and we all went downstairs to FitCore because that's like the gym that was built into the building. That's where we all went. So whatever's very close, that's probably where they're going. Their clientele come from these local companies. And if they're going there for the massage or the acupuncture or the this or the that or the wine even, those could be places for you to show up.
Yeah.
With an event, a special wine tasting event for women in tech. Yeah. And once they get there, guess what the conversation is going to be about?
Right. Exactly.
That could be another way in.
Okay.
So this is how we get you in front of people that are not going to go like give you a little pat on the head.
Yeah.
Oh, cute. That's cute what you're doing.
So nice. Yes.
But how do you start showing up yourself with more of that same I've got this energy that you probably used to have because you've been doing the job for so long.
Right. Exactly.
Can you tell me a little bit about the impact that you want to be making, the changes that you have seen or that you want to see? Like, what drives you to do this work?
Yeah. So I can tell you about one client who I did get to work with, and that was so rewarding and amazing to see her journey. And I feel like every time I met with her, I was like, this is why I do this. And she is someone who is one of the most senior leaders in one of the largest banking corporations in the US. And she has the potential to have amazing impact, and probably does, but didn't necessarily feel like she did. And so she had confidence issues. And because of that, she overworked, and like there were all these other things in her life. She's an amazing writer. She's a great, friend, daughter, all of these other identities in her life. Mm-hmm. And she was kind of putting all of those things off to the side just to focus on her career, because I think she felt like that's what she had to do to be successful. So there was a ton of just like confidence issues and feeling like the rest of her life was passing her by, energy, not sleeping, all of those things. And as we talked through them, because when we first met, it was like around nutrition and exercise. But as we started talking, it was much more around her confidence and the energy that she brings to a space. And how do we help her to show up more authentically? And in addressing all of those things, she started to live a much more well-rounded, fulfilled, and kind to herself life. And I'm like trying to nutshell it, but it was so rewarding to see that growth. And I got she gave really good feedback.
Fist pump the sky when that kind of thing
exactly.
happens.
It was awesome.
That's an amazing experience. So that story, maybe you write it down, maybe there's like a picture, there's something like, as you're reaching out to these different corporations, HRs, the acupuncture place, whatever, like that's the energy you want to bring to it, not the meek, like, I don't know, I might be a health coach, I'm not really sure.
Right.
Kind of energy.
Sure, you don't want to hire me.
Yeah, because that's some really great proof, not only that, you have the potential to create this huge impact on women in the workplace, but you already are.
Yeah.
It's already happening. You know this. So if you can stand in that, it's not like theoretically one day, maybe somehow, but shoot, I bet this woman that you helped has already in some way influenced the other women around her.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it's already happening.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. It's good to like be in that space, because I know it's easier to be in the like unsure, uncertain space, but you're right. I've had that experience, and it's good to like stand in that.
I'm glad to hear it. So listen, when we started this session, how would you have rated your confidence in your new health coaching role on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably like a 2 or a 3.
And how would you rate it now?
I'm probably much more like an 8 or maybe even maybe 8.5.
I'll take an 8.5.
Yeah, 9 maybe.
Improvement for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Allison, thank you so much for sharing your story. You are certainly not the only health coach to have to make this gigantic shift in your own identity and really figure out who you are, and at the same time try to help other people thrive in whatever they're doing. I mean, it's a huge transitional time. So you're approaching it with a lot of grace, and I'm grateful for you for being here.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm grateful for you. This is really, really helpful. Thank you.
And for all of our listeners, if you'd like a chance to speak with me one-on-one and hang out with our whole group every week inside Weekly Mentorship, please remember to put your name on the wait list so that when we open enrollment later this summer, you will be eligible to join. The wait list is at healthcoachpower.com/mentorship. We'll see you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.